Hello friends, how are you? I hope that you are having a just wonderful day. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome to Joy with Plants. I just love sharing recipes, tips and tricks on living a simple and easy plant-based life. Plant-based living has changed my life in all honesty because it really did just bring joy into my life, eating simply, eating healthfully, and yeah, I just love this way of living. So if you are interested in living a plant-based life and just need some extra inspiration, then I am here for you, and please feel free to subscribe down below. And you can also go ahead and find me over on Instagram. I'll go ahead and link it on the screen for you guys, and I'll also link it down below. And yeah, you guys could go ahead and see what I'm up to, and sometimes I post a little bit more there, put some pictures of what I'm eating and all that fun stuff. So yeah, go ahead and follow me over on there if you would like to as well. So I wanted to start off this video with, first of all, just sharing a few of my current favorite things that I have found that are just super delicious and yummy that might be able to help you too. So these next few finds I have found recently, and I've shared that I've purchased them in a couple of my previous videos, and I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys a heads up if I like them or not. Well, these things I have loved, and so I'm excited to share them with you because they are so awesome. So the first thing that I wanted to share with you guys that is just something that I have loved is the Chobani creamers. I have these two. So these two are two of my absolutely favorite creamers. This pumpkin spice creamer is so tasty. It literally just tastes like a pumpkin spice latte. So I like to add it with some soy milk and a bit of coffee, and it just tastes so good. So I love that one. And then recently during the Christmas season, I have absolutely been loving this peppermint mocha creamer. It is so tasty, and so if you are in search of a creamer, then I highly encourage you to try these two out. So when I first went plant-based, I know that I wanted to make it as simple and easy for me as possible. So finding replacements to the things that I love was crucial. And it took me a while actually to find creamers that I loved, because I love coffee and I love just sweetening up my coffee. And these two, I would say, are amazing, and yeah, they're just so good. So I highly encourage you to try these two out. They are so yummy. Something that I found in a grocery haul, I think this past month, was this non-dairy ready whip. This honestly is so tasty. If you like coconut, then this is totally something you should go ahead and try. If you're not a fan of coconut, then I'm sorry, but I don't think this is for you. But it is such a great alternative. I have not had whipped cream since going plant-based, but this was a perfect topping for pumpkin pie. So yep, if you're in search of trying to replace your whipped cream addiction, or just want something sweet for your latte, your cup of coffee, this is totally delicious. Great alternative. I'm so happy that I found this. And something that's going to be in one of the recipes for today, I just found because I was craving a sub. And so of course, for a typical sub, I didn't really want hummus, something more like mayo. So I was like, okay, I haven't tried it at all this entire time I've been plant-based, and I've gradually added just a few things here and there that are more processed and that do contain a little bit more oil than typically. So many of you guys have probably already tried like a vegan mayo, but I hadn't thus far. I didn't think that it would taste as good as I remember mayo to taste like, but I found this. This is from the brand Follow Your Heart. It's a Veganaise, and it's so tasty, and it's actually one of the recipes that I'm making today, so I look forward to sharing that with you. And you could totally keep this out from the recipe if you don't want to add it. So the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys that I found that is so good is this ranch from Hidden Valley. It is completely dairy-free, made with plant-based ingredients, and it is so good. So if you have followed me on my channel for a couple of months now, then you would probably know by now that the only dressing that I typically use, it's lemon or hummus. I love hummus, and I'm not a huge fan of dressings. Dressings are just not my thing. I've tried several, and I'm just not a huge dressing fan. This ranch dressing is so close to resembling the real ranch, like how I remember it tasting like at least, and it is so tasty. So if you are struggling with finding a ranch that you like and you don't mind having a little bit more oil, and if you have not found like a great replacement, you could go ahead and start here. Now again, I don't have a lot of this, so I discovered this actually because my brother during Thanksgiving, when he was looking for a dressing, and this thing is delicious. So I highly encourage you to try this if you haven't already. It tastes just like the original ranch. and I love it. So now that we are done with my most recently favorite things, I'm gonna go ahead and move on and show you guys the recipes. So I wanted to go ahead real quick and let you know that all of these ingredients and recipes will go ahead and be listed down below. I know that I typically don't do that, and I'm so sorry for that, but I will be doing my best to start including those in the description, just because I do know that that is, I'm sure, very helpful for you guys. Alright, so for the very first recipe, we are going to be making some Italian seasoned chickpeas. But for this, I'm just going to go ahead and be making it kind of into a salad, and it's just so tasty. So for our ingredients, we're going to be using 1 can of chickpeas, some Veganaise, some red wine vinegar, some oregano and Italian seasoning, as well as some pepper, some salt, and some Iceberg and some Roma tomatoes, and that's what you're gonna need to make this easy chickpea meal. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add in my drained cup of chickpeas. And I forgot to mention that I did end up using some white onion, but again, it's in the description so you won't forget. And I'm gonna go ahead and add the onion and the tomato onto my bowl. So I am adding my tablespoon of mayo. You can feel free to skip it, and if you want, I don't know, maybe put some hummus in. I've never tried that, so try at your own risk. I'm gonna go ahead and add in some black pepper, and I love my food seasoned, you guys know that. I'm gonna add in some oregano. I'm gonna add in my Italian seasonings, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a lot of it. Again, adjust to your own preference. And one of the last things, we're gonna go ahead and add in our red wine vinegar, and add again to your own preference. I'm going to add a pinch of salt, and now I'm gonna go ahead and give it a good mix. I've mixed it, but I'm gonna go ahead and add in a lot more of Italian seasoning. Perfect, now time to plate up. I'm going to add an entire handful of iceberg lettuce, add a lot of the chickpeas, and this is optional, but I'm going to go ahead and add in some sliced avocado. Add your avocado and season with some more pepper. And that's it for this quick and easy meal. And it is tasty and yummy and easy to make. So I hope that you like this recipe. So this next recipe that I'm going to be making is a sweet potato and black bean hash. It's simple, it's quick, it's easy and hearty and delicious, so I hope that you enjoy it. Alright, so for this recipe we're going to be using some sweet potatoes, a can of black beans. We're going to be using some garlic powder, some onion salt, some pepper, and we're going to chop up a carrot and half of an onion. And we're also going to be adding in some chopped kale just for the extra greens. And that's pretty much it for this recipe. Start off with turning on our stove. We're going to allow the pan to heat up for a little bit. Once the pan is ready, we're going to go ahead and add in half of our onion. We're going to mix it. We are going to go ahead and add in our sweet potato. I added 2 sweet potatoes. I'm adding in 1 sliced carrot. I'm adding in a little bit of water. I'm going to place a lid on it and cover it up until the sweet potato is nearly cooked through, mixing it throughout. So our sweet potatoes are almost fully done cooking, and so now I'm going to go ahead and add in the black beans, and this is just 1 can drained. We are going to give it a mix. So now we're going to go ahead and add in our garlic powder and our onion salt too. Mix it all together. So of course you can adjust and add your favorite seasonings. Those are just the 2 that I put into this one, but usually I mix it around. Lastly, we're gonna go ahead and add in our kale. We're gonna go ahead and cover it up with a lid. And FYI, it's on low heat so that it doesn't burn. And that's it for this quick and easy hash. All right, so now I served it up, and I did forget to add this at the end, so I'm adding it now. But you can go ahead and add it in while you're, putting it together when you're adding in the spices. But I'm gonna top it off with some pepper as well as some salt. And that's it for this quick and easy meal. It's super tasty. I love beans. If you love beans, which I'm sure you do if you're plant-based, then I highly encourage you to try this. You can switch it up with the beans. You could even do just regular potato as well. Spices are such a big deal when it comes to plant-based eating because you can just change up a meal so quickly by just changing up the seasonings that you use. So I highly encourage you to make this and do your own variation of it as well by changing up the vegetables. So I really hope that you like it. It's so tasty, warm, and comforting. It's so delicious. Alright guys, so that's it for me today. I hope that you enjoyed these 2 recipes. I hope that you try them out, and please leave a comment down below if you do, and let the other people know if you like them, if they should try it too. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you join this small community. And that wraps it up for me today, friends. I will see you guys in the next one.